Hi, this is Tim Spikowski from King's Hobbies and Games. I'm continuing my video tutorial on painting multicam on a 20mm figure made by Elhiem. These are his modern Ranger figures, and they're amazing, amazing sculpted. So I have applied all the colors for the camouflage, and there's something that I forgot to do to paint entirely is the Velcro patch over here, so I'm going to have to do that soon. But other than that, the figure is painted how I was wanting it. So the next stage of this is to start bringing these figures to life and bringing in those details, showing those fine lines that were created and sculpted, and also making things darker. And you know, this here in this crouch position, and the area of where the fold is for the arm, all this stuff here, and that's done. I use washes and glazes. So one of the products that I use is Secret Weapon washes. Love these. They're very thin. You can apply them very easy. They're translucent. They just work really good. So I use a outliner or a thin brush, very small brush, to apply the wash. It's a very tactical way of applying the wash. It's direct. It doesn't. I'm not taking a big brush like I did earlier with the burnt up or the raw umber and just wash the entire figure with it. I'm applying glazes where I'm wanting it specifically to go. So I'm going to start off with putting these on my palette. This is my wet palette. This is a Masterson's wet palette. You can get this off of Amazon. I would love to be able to sell them at my store. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but it's a sponge that comes with the wet palette. This is simple wax paper. I put water on the sponge, put some water on the wax paper, wet palette. Awesome. So I'm going to start off with putting these colors down. This is Secret Weapon Soar Water. Secret Weapon Baby Poop. These are nice browns, dark browns. Blue Black, one of my favorites that I use a lot. And we'll also use that in the outlining of pin washing. Because of these are khaki colors, I also want to work on the midtones with these glazes, and I'm going to use Flesh Wash and Golden Brown. With the glazes, I work from dark to light, so the golden brown does have some, well, gold in it, so that's going to be used very, very sparingly. Okay, got my mixer brush here, and what I want to do is take the baby poop in the sewer water, mix that together. This is very thin paint. Again, this is a wash. Actually, let's stop using that term right now. This is a glaze. So I'm taking my brush here, and I'm going to start applying the glaze, just putting that paint right where I need it to go, in the shadow areas. What's great about this is it's transparent, so it goes over the paint, the camouflage that you've done, and it does because it's layered, it fools the eye, and it looks like it's all just one material. It's MIG uses the term filter, and a filter is the best described. How I learned how to really understand what a filter was. I remember as a kid we'd go to a produce store and you get bananas, and sometimes those bananas would be wrapped in with like a red plastic material. Well, then you take that plastic material and then see through it. You're just playing around. Well, that red material, that plastic, that vinyl or whatever it was, is the filter. So it's what you're looking through it and what it makes things appear to be. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of the blue black, mix that in, an even darker color now. I'm going to apply that to the very deep, darkest crevices here. I'm not really pin washing. That's different. That's a different technique that we'll do. I am just putting glazes down where there's really a lot of shadow areas. And I haven't really done the high parts here yet. That's where the flesh wash is going to go. Okay, I'm going to use flesh wash now. And I'll apply the flesh wash on the most higher parts of the figure where the light would hit the most. Even on the gloves. So again, what the glazes do, as you'll see when they dry, it really ties everything together. It puts a filter over. It helps blend the appearance of the camouflage. I may need to go a little bit darker in some of these areas. And that's okay. That's what you do. You just go darker. Apply that to the gun. Take some of the flesh wash, put on face. Okay, that's basically a glaze right now, and I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to go on to the next figures, and then the next stage will be starting to do the pin washing. I was got to painting this, and I wanted to show you what the washes and glazes can do for this type of material. This is the inside of the sleeve that's been rolled up. So I'm using that flush wash and applying it on his skin, but also in the folds of that sleeve, just to break up that color. Also, I wanted to show you the more of the shading. Sewer water right on the rifle. I just love this figure. The pose of this figure is just really cool. Applying that wash or the glaze on that helmet, trying to bring out some of that detail there. Not really doing pin washing. That's later. Okay. Next, like I said, I'll let these dry, and we will go on to the pin washing.